Well, did you have any luck? I was going pretty fast. You might not have caught this, but the key was I changed the parameters here to instance and length. So when I hit the down arrow, instance and length was the trick to getting that to work, where I knew the length from the first hole to the last hole was 9 inches. So all I had to do is key in how many instances I want, and it will take the number of instances and divide it by the length and equally space them out accordingly. So when I change this to 10 and hit preview, notice the spacing goes back to 1. Change this to 5 and hit preview, notice the spacing goes to 2 1/4. So the whole distance from one hole to the next is 2 1/4 until you get to the last two. They're maintaining a 1-inch edge distance. So the 1-inch edge distance was given. Since that was given, I could calculate the rest and let the computer do all the work, do all the multiplication and division for me. And that's the beauty of instance and length. So set this parameter to instance and length. This length came from the first hole is 1 inch off. The last hole is 1 inch off. That's 11 minus 1 inch minus 1 inch equals 9. That gives you the start and end of the first and last hole, which is 9. If I were to change the pad and change this parameter from 11 to 20 and hit OK, it doesn't know that I've changed the length of that plate. I've got to go into the rectangular pattern again and calculate the length. The length is now 20, so it's 20 minus 2 times the edge distance of 1. Preview that, select OK. Now when I change the pattern to 10, change the pattern to 11, 13, 15, it's just going to keep automatically recalculating everything for me. I'll do 20 holes. It is getting pretty tight between the holes. I'll do 30 holes. Oh man, how many holes can I get in here? 40 holes. Look what's going on. They basically got a slot going on. It's a perforated edge. They're so close together. All right. If I needed a slot in the part, this would not be the technique I use to create that slot. I'll go to 50, 60, seeing if I can get the sucker to crash. Go to 100. Well, you're gonna have some. Oh, by the way, I talked about scalloped edges before. Basically, these are what scallops are like. So let's say you had a stress crack right here. It starts coming over. It'll stop at the end. If you have a stress crack up here, it might just keep going right down the line here, right? But these help stop the crack. Okay, that's not really what I'm trying to demo though here. I'm just trying to demo this cool feature called instance and length to set your parameters so that it'll just automatically figure out your spacing for you. The reason why the spacing is gray here is because it's being calculated for you. It's taking the 18 and taking the 18 and dividing it by 100, and it's coming up with 0.18. All right, I'll put that something reasonable. All right, so that's how you create a plate with the hole using instance and length. I'd like you to create a Word document on how to use instance and length, what it does.